In this video, I am going to start a new topic that is stoichiometry. Stoichiometry, basically, it is the relationship between the amount of reactants and product, but only the relation is which type, that is quantitative relationship between the amount of reactants and products. So basically, stoichiometry is a branch of science. It is basically a quantitative relationship between the amount of reactants and products in a balanced chemical equation. So there are certain assumptions for stoichiometric relationship, so we have to be careful about this. One is, before proceeding to stoichiometric relationship, we have to focus on these things first. Basically, stoichiometry is a word that is taken from a Greek word. Stoichion means element and metry means measurement. Means measurement of the elements or part. So before we are measuring the elemental part, so let's focus on these four things, or on assumptions of stoichiometry. The first one is there will be reactants and products should be a balanced equation, and reactants and products in a balanced chemical equation, and there is a obey the law of conservation of mass. And other thing, there will be no side reaction occur. Means if it happens a side reaction, like when carbon react with oxygen, so it produce carbon dioxide, but on the other hand carbon also react with the carbon, it will produce carbon monoxide. So we have to stop a reaction, we have to stop a side reaction. Means with the reaction should, and also the third point is the reaction should go in always in a forward direction and complete. And the reversible reaction is not as such quantitatively we can measure, but on the other hand, like this, the reaction should go in a forward direction and should be completed. And also there is other way of stoichiometric relationship, the relationship. So we have already studied before. There are three different types of stoichiometric relationship. The one is the mass relationship, another is the mass volume relationship, and third one is the volume relationship. So in mass relationship, we can calculate the mass of each reactant and product, and vice versa. So in volume, we can also calculate the volume of product from the reactants. So we know that the 1 mole of gas at STP contains 22.4 dm cube or liters of volume. So we can calculate the volume from their moles or from their grams. So, and on the other hand, the third one is volume relationship, and that is related with the Gay-Lussac's law. So Gay-Lussac's law, that is also a law that describes the law of combining of their volume. So the gases are react in their simplest whole number ratios. So by this we can calculate the volume of either reactants as well as products in the same way. So let's make a calculation on this and try to solve the problems of stoichiometric relationship. Then you will easily understand this concept. If you like my video, then you subscribe my channel and share with other friends. How much silver chloride will be formed by mixing 120 gram of silver nitrate with a solution of 52.0 gram of sodium chloride. So this is the silver nitrate, and again react with sodium chloride, and it will form silver chloride, white precipitate plus sodium nitrate. So now 120 gram of silver nitrate means AgNO3 is 120 gram and NaCl is 52.0 gram. So if we mix these two, then what will be AgCl is found. So this is the problem. So before we are calculating this, we have to calculate the masses of the molar masses of the compound. So the mass of the silver is like 107.8 plus nitrogen 14 plus oxygen 16 into 3. So it will be equal to 107 plus 14 plus 48. So we can calculate this by adding like this 107.8 14 and 48. So there will be 0 0, so this is 8 and there's a point, so we give a point. And now this 7 plus 4, that is 11, 11 plus 8, that is 19, so 9 1 will be here, and 1 0 1 2 2 and 4 6 and 1, like this. So that will be equal to 169.8. Again, on the other hand, sodium chloride, the mass of sodium is 23 plus 35.5, that is equal to 58.5. And silver chloride, so we have to calculate the mass of silver chloride. So silver chloride mass is 107.8 plus 35.5, so that will be equal to so if we add this to value 107.8 and 35.5, 85 13 1 8 85 13 141, that is equal to 143.3, 143.3. And again, so the question is asking the when for example, how much silver chloride will be formed by mixing 120 gram of silver nitrate with a solution of 52 gram of NaCl. So we have to do a little bit calculation here. For example, if 169, suppose, and this is gram, if 169.8 gram produce 143.3 gram of AgCl, then what they are asking, 120 gram of silver nitrate, then 120 gram of silver nitrate, how much silver chloride is produced. So by taking BCM method, so we can X here and 120 here, so this will be equal to like this. So X into 169.8 is equal to 143.3 divided, and this multiply by 120. So X will be equal to 143.3 into 120 divided by 169, because this is multiplied with X and we transfer it on other side, it will be equal to 169.8. So now then we can calculate that by this, so the answer will be equal to around 101 gram of AgCl. So this is the solution when 120 gram of silver nitrate react with sodium chloride and 101 gram of silver chloride is formed. So now the other thing is here the concentration of silver chloride, that is sodium chloride, is also given, and this is I think 52 gram. So 52 gram of NaCl. So I think the answer is 101 gram of AgCl. So then we can calculate by this method. The answer will be equal to 101 gram of AgCl. 143.3 into 120 divided by 169.8, then X is equal to 101 gram of AgCl. So this is the solution of the problem.